Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. In review today is John Wick Chapter 4 on 4K Blu-ray. Let's take a look at the tech specs. It was shot on ARRI Alexa cameras in 4.5K, it's got a 4K DI, the aspect ratio is 239:1, it's got a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, the disc supports HDR10 and Dolby Vision with a full enhancement layer for the Dolby Vision grade, it's a 100GB disc, the average bitrate is 50.94 MB per second, the runtime is 169 minutes and it's rated 15. The fourth entry in the John Wick franchise makes its way onto the UHD format, all guns blazing, with a razor-sharp native 4K digital image accompanied by a vibrant HDR-infused colour palette. Throughout almost the entirety of the nearly 3-hour runtime, the image offers up pin-sharp detail aplenty. Close-ups on faces highlight the most explicit details, with pores, wrinkles and hair follicles all on show. Costumes and clothing exhibit intricate detail and nuance, especially on the tailored suits. And building architecture and interior design have a good level of depth and detail, emphasising ornate designs and brickwork. The image does feature a very fine layer of digital grain, which is well resolved without any issue and is more prominent in the brighter scenes, helping to give the picture a subtle filmic appearance. There are a few CG shots scattered throughout the movie, primarily used with green screen or blue screen backdrops to enhance the stylistic look of the film or make a shot look more appealing. This can at times look false or artificial, but that is possibly in part down to creative intentions. With each instalment in the franchise, the cinematography seems to be taken to another level, and this is yet again the case with Chapter 4, which I think has possibly some of the best visuals in this series so far, especially in regards to the use of lighting and colour. Subsequently, the application of HDR, whether you view it in HDR10 or Dolby Vision, nicely enriches the colour palette whilst welcoming in some gorgeous new tonal highlights. The scenes in Osaka alone are a real feast for the eyes, with searing reds, vivid greens and bright oranges that show off the true benefits of the wider colour gamut. There's plenty of great eye candy throughout the rest of the movie as well. The stunning golden suns in the desert, the rich amber glow of sunsets and sunrises, and the bright neon lighting inside the nightclub. One of the film's biggest standout scenes is the video game-inspired one-shot overhead sequence featuring the explosive Dragon's Breath shotgun, which has each blast popping off the screen with a bright vivid intensity and is a real treat to view in 4K HDR. Much of the film takes place in nighttime or dimly lit settings, and the UHD offers noticeable improvements to black level depth and shadow separation, making for more discernible detail in some of the darkest spots without crush or murkiness, though there is the occasional shot where not quite everything is visible. I didn't encounter any serious encode or compression related issues, and the image retained good stability throughout. If you enjoy this type of content, why don't consider subscribing and following me on Twitter and Instagram at chrisatthemovies to stay up to date with the latest physical media news.
You ready, John? Yeah.
As for the audio, John Wick Chapter 4's Dolby Atmos soundtrack is a highly engaging, thrilling and exciting mix that hits hard from the very beginning. Right from the get-go, when John is punching his training device, you can feel the impact of every hit, with deep thunderous booms emanating from the LFE, whilst appreciating the huge sense of space inside the Bowery King's domain, with resonating cavernous echoes spilling out into the surround channels. Seeing as the movie is basically one action set piece after another, there's plenty of energetic soundstage activity, as is to be expected for a John Wick movie, and throughout the numerous fight sequences and the approximately 140 bad guys that John takes out, the viewer is bombarded with a plethora of action-packed effects. The surround channels therefore have plenty to work with, and they do so successfully. A dramatic standoff in Osaka leads to the viewer being engulfed in clashing swords and hand-to-hand combat. A thrilling car chase around the Arc de Triomphe has you enveloped in the chaotic mayhem of the sequence, with cars crashing and speeding by. And a dramatic climb up the 222 steps has bullets zipping by from speaker to speaker with good directionality. The high channels do have a few effective uses throughout, but aren't used excessively or quite to the extent of the previous movies. Nevertheless, when guns are involved, bullets still frequently ricochet into the top layer to great effect. The musical score has some great overhead extension and is integrated into the mix well. And although these movies aren't exactly known for their subtlety, there's some good environmental ambience in the quieter, non-action scenes, such as on the underground train in Osaka. The subwoofer gets a pretty good workout throughout. It doesn't go quite ultra deep, but there's still plenty of moments that are strong and impactful. The aforementioned thunderous punches at the beginning of the movie, the gunshot blast from the Dragon's Breath shotgun, and the explosive demolition of a building are all good examples of this. Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richards' musical score, along with the various pop songs and Rina Sawayama's Eye for an Eye, all sound fantastic and have great soundstage presence. And dialogue is rendered crisp and clear, as even in the most chaotic moments, I was able to catch every line.
This golden oldie, and I do mean golden, hit goes out to you, Mr. Wick.
To summarise, I'll give the picture a 9.4. John Wick Chapter 4's 4K image boasts similar merits to the previous entry's UHD releases, sporting a crisp, well-detailed digitally shot image and an attractive HDR-infused colour palette, with some fantastic tonal highlights, all nicely soaking in the beautifully shot cinematography. And I'll give the audio an 8.8. Though probably not the series' best track, Chapter 4's Atmos mix is still a thrilling ride, with some fantastic surround channel activity, good high speaker engagement, and a sufficient amount of LFE. Fans of the movie should be more than satisfied with this release, and if you like the previous movies, this is definitely a worthy addition to your collection. So these are my thoughts on John Wick Chapter 4 on 4K Blu-ray. Will you be picking this one up? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, enjoy your movies. Bye!